Hey guys, welcome to the channel. How is it going? So today in this video we are going to talk about the web novel chapter 232, and let me tell you that this story is connected to our previous videos, make sure you watch it. Now without wasting time, let's begin the video. Dino and Zijin. Those two were squaring off against the berserk evil dragon Zero and repelled his attacks. Their aim was to get outside the labyrinth, in other words to escape from Zero's body. Oh man, this is going on forever. Dino grumbled while annihilating the attacking Zero's clones with Deep Bullet. Zero seemed to be able to make his clones endlessly with the acquired power he had as he fused completely with the isolated labyrinth. After all, since Zero's main body was the labyrinth itself, he could absorb all the energy used inside the labyrinth. Seriously? Then, does that mean Zero is applying Ramiri's labyrinth power on himself? Zijin answered Dino's question by silently nodding. Looking at Zijin, Dino immediately depressed. Zero's clones could regenerate until the labyrinth's energy ran out. The clone's ability was equally the same as if multiple existence was used. All of the Zeros were moving under the same drive. Looking at only his energy, it was a terrifying thing to be felt as he easily surpassed Dino's. Hey, Ramiri's. Does the labyrinth have any weakness? They keep reviving no matter how many times we kill them, you know? Don't be stupid. My labyrinth has no such thing as a weakness. Inside the infinite floors, communication to the outside is sealed. Such a thing as escaping would be impossible. Idiot. Don't brag. Then, how can you communicate with us right now? Ah, that's because. According to Ramiri's explanation, the inside of the berserk evil dragon Zero, the labyrinth itself, was a completely isolated space. It became a subspace where communication was impossible, whether it was with telepathy or thought transmission. However, by following Ramuru's instructions as he had predicted this predicament, the countermeasures were perfect. This time, it was possible to communicate through Zijin. Exchanging information became possible through the soul corridor between Zijin and Rimuru. And so, the connection of this soul corridor became the key to escape from the berserk evil dragon Zero's body. In other words, we weren't walking around aimlessly. Dino was relieved hearing Ramiri's explanation as he was tired of continuing to walk through seemingly endless passages without any sign of an exit. Dino's swords cut the approaching Zero's clones and tentacles that grew from the ground and wall. His twin swords, the Holy Sword and the Demonic Sword, were shining and clad in white and black aura respectively. Dino appeared to repel the enemy easily, but that was because his sword skills were excellent. Although Zero lost his ego, there was no doubt that Zero was dangerous as he was attacking out of instinct. Because Dino was abnormally strong, as if he went through an uninhabited plane, the enemies couldn't get close to Dino. There was needless to say about his companion, Zijin. Dino and Zijin walked side by side and disposed of any hindrances. In the first place, it wasn't a good idea to stay in one place because they were inside the enemy's playing field where the area itself could be rearranged freely by the enemy. Well, that's the reason, so can you guys go towards the designated point? Got it. So, what do we do when we get there? Let loose. Use your strongest attacks, and escape through the wall with full power. We can do that. Whether you can or can't doesn't matter, just do it. Besides, there's no other way to escape, you know. Ah, okay. Dino judged that it was useless to ask any further. What left was whether it was possible or not. Because there was no need to worry about a little consumption as long as they passed through the wall. Now, it was about how much power was needed for it. Dino pondered about his abilities. First of all was the ultimate skill Slothful Lord Baal Peor, which he had acquired without his permission even though he had no intention to gain it. It was a skill specialized in mental attacks. However, its effect was weak against someone in a rampage state like Zero. It was very unfortunate that Slothful Lord Baal Peor wasn't useful. He also thought of unleashing the full power of his abilities, but if that failed he won't have another chance. Dino deemed it would be better to reserve it as his trump card. Then what should he do? Guess I have no other choice but to use it. Dino sighed as he gave up and decided to use his last resort which he wanted to keep hidden. Inside the control room, Ramiri's and the others were also very busy dealing with the situation. As it was unclear whether Dino deemed Velda as an enemy or not, they were preparing the countermeasures for both situations. If Dino teamed up with Zero and let himself be eaten, they had planned to release the isolated part into the infinite corridor. But, if Dino became an ally, they had to help him escape from inside of Zero safely. If it was just Zijin, The plan was to forcibly do space transfer based on his location information via Soul Corridor and escape. Using an attack to punch a hole through the wall momentarily, it would be possible to transfer to the outside through that gap. However, in order to escape together with Dino's group, they had to make a big hole in the wall. To transfer in an unstable state was dangerous. It would be fine if it was just Dino, but as Pico and Garasha were weaker when compared to Zijin and Dino, it was doubtful whether they would be able to endure the transfer through the subspace outside the labyrinth. Therefore, it was necessary for the preparation to be in a perfect situation. Besides, there was another problem. Zero had evolved into a true dragon. In the unlikely event that such a situation became reality, they were to contact Ryomuru immediately. So, while Ramirez became Zijin and Ko's navigation, Benimaru was contacting Ryomuru. Kufufufufu. Unbelievable, for a true dragon to be really born. As expected of Rimuru-sama, it looks like he had predicted everything. An excited laughter echoed inside the control room. It came from Diablo. Rimuru had ordered him to go to the control room. Diablo instructed the operators, who were panicking, to stand up, to continue their work as they were with his hand. To the demon operators, Diablo was terrifying as usual. "Oh, Diablo. You're so fast." Of course. There would be no problem in ignoring Zero, if his evolution ended after he fused with the labyrinth. However, since he has become a new true dragon, we can't leave him alone. That's for sure. However, I have heard about the possibility, yet I'm still surprised. As expected of Rimuru-sama, he had predicted things this far. What are you saying? That goes without saying. Leaving that aside, Benimaru Dono, it looks like your recovery is still insufficient. Let me give you some of my energy. Oh, that'll be helpful. I thought that my recovery rate was insufficient if I want to destroy that. The amount Benimaru had recovered was less than half. Therefore, Diablo transferred his energy to him. While watching those two, Ramirez said, "The only members here who can move in that space are Diablo, Zijin, and Benimaru. Benimaru, you can use space-time control properly, right?" "Certainly, Ramirez-sama. Although I only just got the hang of it." "Okay then. With this, all of the cards have been assembled, I guess. We might need to call Master or Rimuru if Dino didn't join our side. Veldora-sama might be busy right now. He probably can't spare any of his time for that." "I see, Tilda. Well then, I will have to make you guys work hard. It would be bad if we didn't make Dino come to his senses." Kufufufufufu. That is exactly as planned. Rimuru-sama believed that Dino-sama would join our side. And so, the preparations were finally complete. "Well, are you guys ready? Okay then, let the final plan begin, Tilda." Along with Ramirez's command, the final plan was set into motion. Dino and Co reached the point designated by Ramirez. Ramirez began explaining to Dino and Co. "Okay? First, you guys need to escape from there. I want you guys to pierce the wall using medium-level power. Then, the two people over there and Gaia will jump out with Zijin and Dino's barrier protecting them. After that, you guys have to return back after destroying that abominable evil dragon." Dino was staring in puzzlement. He couldn't understand the content of the words Ramirez said. Medium? Dino didn't understand the meaning of it. Destroying that abominable evil dragon? He had no idea how. Hey. Hey. Wait please. What are you saying? You're counting me as a member of the evil dragon subjugation, aren't you? Dino objected in panic. He didn't want to be made as a member without his consent. However, such a thing won't work on Ramirez. Hey you. You could prostrate before me in order to get my forgiveness, right? If you don't score some good points here, I wonder what will happen. You won't be able to imagine it, right? Dino had no other choice but to submit to Ramirez's threats. Dino tearfully steeled himself. Got it. Then, what do you mean about medium? You don't even know about that? It means to use enough of your power to make a hole in the wall but don't use up all of your power. Wait. Like hell I could understand such vague explanations. Besides, you said to go full power before. Ah, geez. You're so noisy about such trivial things. Don't mind the minor details, go open a hole in the wall and escape. After you escape, save a portion of your power for your strongest attack to destroy that evil dragon. Dino was being prattled on by Ramirez one-sidedly. Alright, let's escape quickly. Dino leisurely took a stance. He no longer thought of being stingy with using his ability. Now, what he needed to do was to match his timing with Zijin to Pico and Garasha, and break the wall. Good, protect them with your barrier properly, okay? Otherwise, they would get swallowed up by the subspace and get blown away to no one knows where. Dino nodded to Ramiri's warning. Listen, you two wouldn't be able to move inside the subspace. Therefore, grab onto me tightly, okay? I think you can't come back once you get swept away. Understood. I probably won't die, but I don't know where I will end up going to. Dino, can I trust you? Leave it to me. Now that we've come this far, we just have to do it. The three of them were having such a conversation. At that time, Zijin took out something from his Space Warehouse 6, and offered it to Dino. Take it. Dino took it as he was coerced by Zijin's attitude that won't let him say yes or no. It was a small, round orb. Ha, this thing is the Pseudocore 7 that Rimuru uses to play, right? Dino's question was met with silence. It seemed Zijin had no intention to answer it, while Dino was grumbling quietly, okay, whatever. With sad eyes, he tucked the orb into his pocket. The preparation was complete. Things won't end just with escaping, there would be work to do afterwards. Dino understood this well and paid close attention so that his power distribution won't be wrong. And then, at the same time with Ramiri's signal, the four people inside Zero released their power. So guys, this was all for today's video. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.